So in this video, I want to go over 3 reasons why you should not take part in ultra white collar boxing. I'm Alex. I fought in 2 events, and I've also worked at 2 events. So I've seen how these things play out many times. So without wasting your time, I'll get straight into it. The first reason: if you have any health conditions, specifically with your head, you should not take part in this event. People have difficulties. People encounter issues throughout their life all the time, whether they do put themselves in harm's way or not. In this event, you are putting yourself in harm's way. So if you already have a condition, you definitely should not put yourself in harm's way, because you will just make it worse. The second reason why you shouldn't take part in ultra collar boxing is if you have a big ego. This may sound a bit strange, but it's very important, because if you have a big ego, you're not going to protect yourself. In the fight, you need to look out for yourself. You can only control how you are performing. You can spend the 8 weeks building yourself up to be in the best shape possible. However, at the end of the day, if you fight someone who is better than you, that is not your choice. That is an external force. If you have a big ego, you may let them keep hitting you. If you are being beaten by someone and the referee is not stopping the fight, you should stop the fight by taking a knee and just saying that you don't want to continue. That is not being a coward. That is looking out for yourself, because this is still a very dangerous thing to do. So if you have a big ego and you don't want to look silly in front of people, which of course no one does, I don't either, but for example, before my second fight, I made the conscious decision in my head that if I was going to be hit constantly in the face and I wasn't in a position where I could defend myself and the referee wasn't going to stop it, I'd already decided before going in the ring that I would stop it myself, that I would take a knee and I would tell the referee that I'm out, because it's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. People die in boxing. It's not worth the risk. Also, regarding ego, you could also harm someone else in training. Something that I really never enjoyed in training was, you get some people who show up and you can tell they're just there to show how tough they are. So when you're sparring, for example, leading up to your fight, specifically in weeks 4 to 8, you should be doing a lot of sparring. Sparring is meant to be practice. To be honest, it's meant to be quite playful. However, if you've got a big ego, you're going to go in there and you're going to try to hurt your opponent in sparring, which makes no sense. You're all training yourselves up together. You're not trying to hurt anyone. So remember that when you get into sparring, don't try to hurt anyone. Go light, be playful. Try to work as much as you can on the technical things. And the final reason why you shouldn't take part in ultra white collar boxing, which is the most important reason, and actually a lot of people will fall under this category, knowing it or not, and that is if you are not taking this event seriously. Some people sign up and they think, yeah, it'll be a laugh, yeah, it'll be good, yeah, I'll just bam, bam, bam. You need to take this seriously. You need to train as often as you can. I understand you've all got lives. I was just recently working a job where I was working between 14 and 16-hour shifts. I wasn't able to train, so I understand. I wasn't able to do a shift and then go home and train. I understand, if you're working a lot, you can't train. However, if you're working to the point where you're not able to train at all, you shouldn't take part. If you're working, if you're just working a 9 to 5 and it takes a toll, but you still can squeeze in sessions, then you should take part as long as you can squeeze in. I would say as for the official ultra collar boxing sessions, you only get 2 a week. So you really want to make sure you attend every single one. You know, if you're missing more than 2 or 3, I think you shouldn't take part. And even then, I believe taking just following the 2 official sessions a week, even then that's not enough. Which is why I did create a system for specifically designed for ultra white collar boxers, a system for them to prepare for this fight, which I have with me right here, which I would highly recommend as it helped me out a ton. So if you're not taking this event seriously, don't take part, because again, yes, it's for a good cause. It's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a good journey for yourself, but it's also very dangerous. At the end of the day, you are getting in a ring against someone who wants to hurt you, and they're given full permission to hurt you. And you need to take that seriously. And the way to take that seriously is by training. It's by training hard and consistently. This is not just, it will be a laugh. No. You are putting yourselves in harm's way, so take it seriously. So if you are in any of those 3 categories, I would not advise you taking part in ultra white collar boxing. However, what if you are, you don't have a big ego, you are going to take the event seriously, and you don't have any serious health conditions, and you're considering taking part in this event, but you don't know how much experience is necessary prior to signing up. Well, if you have that question, I have this video right here which will answer that question for you.